feel better by thinking better. Having understanding sometimes can change the way we approach problems. It's interesting when we fall and make mistakes or we're not perfect, how many people are there to criticize. But try to do something right. Try to get up and go somewhere and become something. You'll still find that there's animosity from some of those who are really not in your boat. They're poking holes in it. Recognize that you can rise above it. You don't have to remain down. My experience has been one that has been full of ups and downs, but I'm grateful that God never chose to leave. I'm grateful that in the midst of circumstances that I was still able to rise above it as a result of the saving grace of Jesus Christ. One last tool that I wanted to equip you with before I leave this discussion, and that is, it is imperative to pray. Pray diligently and pray often. And the reason why I say that is because it is through prayer that we can maintain our attachment to God, our communication line being open. And He answers prayers. He answers even the most sometimes seemingly meaningless, useless prayers. Sometimes He chooses to answer them. It is through those prayers that we can find our way. It is through those prayers that we can remain more in line with the direction of heaven. I say that because it is only through prayer that we can overcome our human tendencies to err. It is only through prayer that we can rise above a circumstance and see beyond what our current and present issues are. The Bible says, let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for me. The poor aren't admonished to simply state their circumstance. They're there to encourage a new life and have a new perspective, a positive one. I want each of you who've been gracious enough to listen to this podcast to take a deep introspective look and realize that we all make mistakes, and by the same ruler that we judge others, it'll probably be used on us. It might be wise to take a pause the next time you see something that maybe appalls you and put yourself in the shoes of the person who has fallen. Or maybe you might put yourself right next to them so you can help them up. The nice thing is, we all can make a new choice on tomorrow. And I'm grateful that God has given us that freedom of choice. This has been Inspiration and Insight for Life, and I'm your host, Dr. Ken Brantley. Thanks for hanging out for a few moments with us. We'll be back next time with another installment of Inspiration and Insight for Life. Until next time, love one another. Bye-bye.